the bottom of the hour, y'all. We got the one and only in the building. The legendary. Yeah. The great LisaRaye McCoy in the building.
Yes.
And we got Pastor Gary K. Taylor Sr., former law enforcement.
Yes.
And man, that's awesome, man. Thank y'all for coming. And I've been on this all week. Y'all let everybody know what we're talking about this morning, because I need everybody to listen close, because this could possibly save you or your child's life.
Yes.
First of all, thank you for coming.
Sure. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much, Mr. Smiley. What we're dealing with now is, of course, is an epidemic that's happening in our community and all around the world, which is human trafficking and sexual trafficking. It's a $32 billion industry, and so many of our children, our young girls, our young boys are being trafficked, all in so many different ways, okay? From the ages of 12 to 14, over 1 million children are involved in this. Right. And so what we're doing in our church is we're bringing awareness to this by partnering with an organization, Out of Darkness, which is an arm of Atlanta Dream Center.
63,000.
Yes.
And here's the thing, a lot of people don't know that because we're so involved in the Mother Nature things that's going on in the world, and then our president in the world and all kind of stuff. But you know, when you find out the statistics of things like this, sometime when it doesn't affect you immediately or personally, where it's not your daughter or your son or your community or your environment, then you tend to turn your other cheek. But when you are involved in community, and that's why I'm here, to be able to lend my celebrity, my platform to something that I can speak about, that I really want to be able to help and bring awareness to.
Right.
You know, I've always looked for something that I could, of value, that if someone is going to listen to what I'm talking about, that I can go ahead and say, hey, this could be you, and you. So let's be preventative. Right. Let's bring awareness. Let's do something about this now, because a lot of people always ask you, after you petition and after you do this rally or whatever, now what? But it has to start on the ground level. And so the participation of myself and others, Kim Whitley will be there as well, as Pastor said, that we'll be able to speak about it tonight and let them know how important it is and how much it's happening, so we can kind of prevent it from happening to ours, and then they tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends, and so on and so on.
Right. Now real quick, if we could peel the curtains back on it, if you was to paint a 1, 2, 3 of what happens in these trafficking situations, because there's sex trafficking, and then you got things that dance on the side of the horrific, where there's organ harvesting, that they're saying is happening. So what do you feel typically happens in a lot of these situations from a law enforcement standpoint that you've seen?
That has so many layers to it. It has so many layers to it, and it would be hard for me to speak to one specific thing, because there are so many things that go on. We just had any big event that you have. These individuals that are there in the airport, so forth, so on, waiting for young girls, waiting for people
in the airport on federal.
They're in the airport. They're even in churches. They're watching young people go up for prayer, and if they watch them go up for prayer too many times, they are befriending these individuals right in church, establishing a relationship with them, and then getting them involved in this trafficking. They're getting them involved in this sexual exploitation. It's happening everywhere. That's why I said we have to get our heads out of the Bibles, out of the churches, and really start dealing with this issue and talk to our community about it.